Okay, guys, be honest. You're getting real tired of some of those Strike Dabis. Not you guys playing as him. No, you're having the time of your life. But for the rest of us, don't worry. I know. I know. Those Strike Dabis swooping down on you like American Eagles, lifting you up off the floor, and then proceeding to give you a hug that you'd expect would feel like one if you got it from Kane, the big red machine in WWE. You know, back when he used to be cool, when he had the mask and everything. Side note, did you guys realize that the day they took away Kane's mask for the first time, he only ever got worse from there? He never ever came back to being as good as he once was. You know? Masked Kane was the best back then. He was one of the coolest guys. As soon as they took his mask away from him, you know, it was like chopping his nuts off. He just wasn't the same afterwards. He just wasn't the same. Anyway, back on track. Strike Dabis. So, in this video, we're going to have, you know, maybe 2 or 3 games where we come up against some high level, strong Derby players. You know, whether it be I think it's usually at the end of the games in these ones. Yes, gonna usually be at the end of the game. So, you know, might be it's gonna be a mix of those strike and technical derbies. I think from the videos I got lined up for this one, it's gonna be 2 strike derbies and 1 technical derby. So, again, I know you guys are probably wanting to see some claps back to those pesky derby players. Don't worry, we got you covered in this one. We got you covered. So I'm playing with Frosty and Oberisco here. So we have a very devilish composition here of Red Deku, All Might, and of course All For One. So the All For One, you guys know what that guy's all about. You know, black hole, pulling in everybody around him for some big punishes. All Might is just an absolute tank that has wings attached to him, and of course Red Deku, hard hitting, good mobility, you know, just a very nice all-rounder. So this is a great composition to have. You know, essentially it's All Might and Red Deku are the heavyweights for dealing damage and, you know, just generally holding their own. And then you have, you know, the cheese factor, you know, as I like to call it, the cheese factor, All For One, which means basically, you know, the third character in your composition is going to be one that has some sort of weird techie ability to mess teams up through not exactly damage means, but it will lead to that, you know. So cheese factor could be, you know, Cementos, could be All For One, you know, anything that you just look at and go, this isn't normal gameplay. This is, you know, this is something funky. But again, this is My Hero Ultra Rumble. So many things in this game are kind of cheesy, so you kind of just have to roll with the cheesiness and, you know, hope you don't come out spelling too funky by the end of it. But with all that being said, yeah, Oberisco, great player. He knows what he's doing, and I felt very safe with him. That sniper elite Deku. Holding the leverage. Like, what are you drinking? Can I have some? If you look very carefully, you'll always be able to see where these guys went. Sometimes you're not going to be able to follow them just because it is kind of hard to you know, check the distance of where exactly, you know, they've burst off to. But if you do have an uninterrupted look, you can get an eye on where exactly that compress went. And if they've only got the 1 marble, it's very realistic for you to catch up to them if you're clever about it. I did absolutely nothing, but I'll take those cards all the same. Oh man. Like, hey, we were just looking for you. What a surprise. Was gonna do this whole thing where we'd run around and try to find you, but, well, you just kind of showed up. Thanks for that. Oh yeah, I'm looking at this. Was actually a good lobby. Yeah, this was actually a really good lobby, by the way. I said at the beginning, oh, this is gonna be that game. You get to see some Strike Dabis get messed up. Fuck that Strike Dabi, by the way. This, fuck Strike Dabi. This is what I know you guys are dealing with. One after the other, dude. That's the problem with this Strike Dabi Gamma Beta. It's literally one after the other. You get scooped up. You're drinking a fire potion. You get dropped down on the ground. They're like, by the way, and you go, yeah. And then they go, it's buy one get one free today. And you're like, man, it's buy one get one free every day. And then they scoop you up again, and then there's another, chunk of damage. And by the time, you're back on the ground again, it's not looking good. So, I trust me, I know what you guys are going through, man. That's why this video is here. We're gonna put it on some of these Strike Dabis, when they feel like they've got the game won. We're gonna remind them that, hey, not today. Look at him. He thought he had his next victim, but I made sure to get him a good bunch too. You make me sick. Props to that guy. He's just having a good time. He's just having a good time. No real hate. He's just having a good time. This poor Mirio. This Mirio is a good guy, by the way. This Mirio is a good player and a good guy. This Mirio is a good player and a good guy. So obviously I didn't take any joy in doing that down, but I managed to successfully figure out his path. Because here's the thing: when a Mirio is low and they go into their beta because they want to get out of there, what you have to do is look at where they went underneath and then say to yourself, to this guy who is low health, where would he most realistically want to be, judging from where he went down? And that's how you're able to sort of lock onto where they went. So when he went into the ground, I followed him. I followed him where I would go if I was him. And that was to get out of, I think it was like the car park-ish area. To get away from the car park area and to go towards the water where you have trees for cover. But unfortunately, here's the thing. You guys would have noticed. I didn't actually see him come out of the ground on my screen, really. But it was my mentality of knowing where he would probably be, which led me there. And then obviously what helped me to catch him. Was it worth it, Aizawa? For those of you out there who don't know, the Awful One, Japanese voice actor, he also voices Yujiro Hanma from Baki, which is really cool. So if you didn't know that, now that you know it, you'll definitely be able to hear it. But yeah, I said you're gonna get, a Strike Dabi, get his comeuppance. Not just one. We're gonna make sure that two of them in this one match. Look at that. I'm definitely delivering on this thumbnail and this picture and this title. Wasn't just one of them that we gave the comeuppance to for all of that gamma betaing. No, it was two in this match. Two. Oh, press your beta now, boy. Press your beta now. These your buddies? Bring them in. Bring them in. This is the fun for all composition. All for one. And one for all. Squared. Which makes fun for all. And it's titled ironically because it's not fun for anybody. It's only fun for us. You should have left this lobby the minute you saw us, boy. Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'd rather have acid burn my lips off in the zone than be out with these guys. Absolutely overwhelming. I legitimately think like this this is like, this is a comp that can't be overcome in like a 1v3 situation. You know, like, even sometimes a really good player can 1v3 other really good players, you know, just because, you know, there's just that element of, it's a bit chaotic, there's a bit of luck involved. I feel like when you have this particular composition and all three are good, the one is not 1v3. Because All for One has just got too much control. All Might is just too strong and tanky. And Deku is just like, you know, that as well. They all hit way too hard. But yeah, next game. I don't always steal KOs, but when I do, I make sure to do it with one hit, just so my teammate really knows that they couldn't have done it without me. You know what I mean? You guys surely feel the same way. You guys surely feel the same way. Just showing up like, hey, got her in time. I helped, right? And your teammate's just looking at you like, yeah, you helped. Yep, absolutely. Yep, you helped so good. Thanks for that. And I had to make it up to him. Give him some cards like, hey dude, there you go. No hard feelings? And he was like, no hard feelings, but I am All for One, and I am going to steal your quirk in the future. I'm like, well, fair enough then. Fair enough. Oh, look at that. Like I said, if you ever play with an All for One, and he does that move where, you know, he drags people inside, just keep your reticule over in front of him, because chances are somebody is going to just get lured right in. And, you know, that's going to be that. The lobby is now free of the threat of shock stun. Who is the most restrictive character in this game? And what I mean by that is, which character stops you from playing the game the most? You know? Which character makes you put the pad down and say, well, I guess I'm watching from now on, you know, for the next couple of seconds. It's probably gonna be Denki, right? Is it Denki? Yeah, I think it's Denki. This is just off the top of my head though. I could be wrong, but I think it's gonna be Denki. Because I think he can keep you stunned for longer and do more to you than anyone else can keep you stunned for the amount of time and amount of damage done. Because even with All for Ones, when you pull them in, after like a hit or two, they are back to being able to move. Mount Lady of old definitely used to be in for that, because Mount Lady, before she had, you know, her stun nerfs, oh my goodness, she could keep you there for eons. She could keep you there for eons. May as well be playing like as a comatose character, when the old Mount Lady would just trap you in that never-ending spiral of like the beta stomps. Ready for 3 KOs and assists, looking good. No Strike Dabi in sight just yet. Oh, until then, this item on your wishlist is available for purchase. Thanks, PlayStation. Now everybody knows that's watching the video. I don't even know if I'm gonna get that game. It just looked interesting, so I put it on the wishlist. That's what I like to do. If I think a game looks good, I'm going to put it on the wish list on PlayStation, because if that doesn't come up, I guarantee you, I forget about it. Honestly, I forget about it completely. But because I did that, now I know. Nah, man, I should have looked up, Kiri. Brutal stuff. Do you guys remember when Kiri was OP? I feel like almost every character in this game has had an OP phase. Some of them have had it for seasons and they still have it. Others had it for a bit and then they lost it. Oh, here he is. He tried that beta shenanigans. He was like, hey man, seen this before? And I was like, yeah, actually, too fucking much. Had to hit him with the knockback. Oh my god. Look at the way, look at the silhouette of All Might as he was getting abused in mid-air. Look, this man was being molested by flames. Look at him, oh my lord. Horrific. All Might is not supposed to move, look, All Might's body is not supposed to move that way. No one should make All Might move like this. Look at his fucking lower legs. It's like he was trying to swim a fucking lap or two underwater. Horrible. Oh my god, getting sandwiched between Deku Smash and the Human Torch. But, unluckily for the Human Torch, I hit like the thing. And he just found out the hard way. He just found out the hard way. GG's, buddy, GG's. I know you've been enjoying that gammed up beta a bit too much. Just had to remind you, hey man. We don't always get what we want. Even Strike Dabi beta players. Pulling it back for us normal folk out here. Because I know all of you, I know a lot of you in the audience right now. You've been getting absolutely violated by these Strike Dabis going on a rampage. You know, these Dabi players. Here's the thing. The Dabi mains of Technical Dabi who have now shifted over to Strike Dabi, I don't even blame those guys, because honestly those guys have been suffering for ages. Those guys have been, you know, doing great work with what they had to deal with. You know, Dabi's not easy to play, Technical Dabi that is, and you know, you have to really work for everything that you do. You know, props to those guys. But all of you bandwagon Dabi mains that just jumped onto this Strike Dabi, you guys are making this place unfun. Because at least with the Technical Dabis, we're like, alright, fair enough. These guys have been suffering for a while. We'll let them, you know, enjoy it for a bit. But you guys have been running around as Ida, All Might, and Toga for the past 6 months. Where do you get off on being Strike Dabi mains now? You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. You're like, well, guess I'm joining in on the fun. I'm like, you've been having fun forever. You crazy guys. Anyway. GG. Alright. Last game of the video. No Strike Dabis in here. But good games, or rather good gamer, nonetheless. Playing, of course, with my fellow tournament winners, Pink and Sato. Look at that. I took the full brunt of that Denki beta for no good reason. I wasn't even stunned. I was just in there swinging my arms like an anti-Mike Tyson, hitting absolutely nothing. But we made up for it in the end. That noise. Alright, Denki. Alright, Denki. Look. It had to be this way. I didn't mean to make you sound weird as I was knocking you out, but these things happen. I had a plan and everything else, like time to go and get that Dabi, then that Cyan Eater just came out of nowhere. That they're in league with each other, yeah? I was gonna take your boy down, but I'll take you both out now. You're sky high, I'll give you that. But what goes up, well, must come down. I'll be honest with you. I really, and when I say really, I mean I really don't enjoy the view of a jumping All Might throwing alphas toward my face. Really don't like it. Really don't like it. I feel like nothing takes my health down quicker than an All Might just slinging alphas at me. I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying it feels like, at least to me, it feels as if whenever I'm in a gunfight with an All Might, they just take my health down quicker than I can ever take theirs, no matter who I'm playing, like in a straight trade for trade. No one takes your health down quicker than an All Might. At least, again, I'm not saying it's a fact, but I'm saying that's how it feels. What the hell is this All Might made out of? Look at that. I was so concerned by how much damage he could take. I had to finish him off with a takedown because I didn't even know if normal hits were going to do the job. He's going to lay there like taking hits, looking up at me like, you'll never kill me. You know, I had to do an animation just to be on the safe side. Had to cutscene his ass. They need to add some knockback on All Might's alpha, because his alpha does so much damage and takes your health down so quickly, but other characters, like say for example this Deku, like Deku's alpha does good damage, but look at that, after like 2 hits the game's like, alright, you did what you had to do, you greedy fuck, let's have a knockback so you don't do anything else. And the Deku players are like, alright then. But then you got All Might over here, he's like, boom, 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 and it's like, you're dead. I'm like, well, where's the knockback there then? You know, where's the knockback for his attacks? Knockback alpha in this game needs to be more consistent across characters. Because again, like with Red Deku, bang, you hit them twice, and the game's like, alright, Chief, you've done your bit. Here's a knockback, let them have a chance. And you have to say, okay then. But then you got like Endeavor, who can like take you from full to 0 without you even being able to be given the grace of falling down for a fucking split second to regain yourself. You know? And same with All Might. He's just like, bang, there's your shields, bang, there's your health. Like, what the hell, dude? Where's my knockback? Where's my breather? You see that? If there's no knockback there, he don't survive. You guys understand that, right? If there's no knockback there, he doesn't survive. And that isn't me asking for Deku's knockback to be removed, because that wouldn't be fair. It's me saying, yo, why don't... Again, he'd be dead if that knockback wasn't there. These guys keep getting chances off these knockbacks. But All Might players don't give other people these chances because these guys don't get knocked back by the alpha. They just lose all of their health and shields if they're caught slipping, and it's very hard to recover because of how strong All Might is. You know, even when you do turn, I've taken like all of my shields, you've still got to deal with All Might hitting you, and while he has 350 health and he's got hyper armor beta and he can go invulnerable if it gets too dicey, and then he can jump up to you know, Etihad Airways if he wants to with his triangle special action. Listen, just put some alpha knockback on some more characters, okay? I'm not asking for Deku's to be removed. I'm asking, if you're gonna add knockback, add it to most of these guys instead of letting people just melt people down in seconds, right? Let's have some consistency there. Another good Dabi here. Look at that. This was you know, a pretty spiteful lobby. Well, he was ready. Normally when those Mirios drop that shield, they're like, please don't hurt me. This one, he dropped the shield and he was like, F you. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Ladies and gentlemen, we got... No, we didn't. He's still alive. Pow! Direct hit on that Mirio. Like, punch me, I'll kick you. Don't even try that again. All right, so there you have it, man. Took out some Strike Dabis who've been terrorizing lobbies with their craziness, and finish off the game by taking out a good technical Dabi, someone who's like, you know, he's still living their technical lifestyle. Maybe the gacha screwed him. Maybe he's just like, hey man, I'm all about the technicals and that's all I want. How you gonna take him down with his own body? Crazy. GG's. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got some satisfaction from seeing Dabis getting it taken to him after you probably have been getting absolutely Dabied to pieces since the new Dabi drop. So GG's to everyone in that game and the other games. It was fun. Hopefully you guys had fun too. Thanks for being here. Catch you on the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Go watch some of my other videos and watch the short ads. Bit too late to say that now, but you know, in any videos of my channel you watch in the future, watch the short ads. Watch the short ads. All right. See you soon. Thanks for being here.